What's up, everybody? As you remember, we got the antidote out of here, and we are going to head to the prison now. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the cutscenes so I don't ruin anything for anybody. There's only like 3 or 4 side quests. There's not a lot that we gotta do, so. Come on, Moen, you slow as hell. How the what the fuck? How do you do that? I guess he can manage to teleport now. That's pretty cool. There we go. One of these side quests we can do while we do this main quest, so we're going to go ahead and pick this one up. This is one that we can do at the same time as the main quest. And then we're going to go get the Zed's demise like a boss. If you guys notice, he's smoking a joint. I think that's a joint. What's he smoking? Oh, nope, it's a cigarette. I was wrong. We'll just call it weed, because, you know, in the zombie apocalypse, that's what everybody's going to be smoking. He's hungry. I got something he can eat. Eat this. Bam. Bam. He loved it. There's also a chest in here. There's like an ID card somewhere around in here. I do believe it's like over by one of these bodies over here. I already picked it up, but it's over by like one of these bodies over here. Run! Run like the wind, bullseye! Alright, so now we're gonna go and turn this quest in. Zed's demise. And then we're gonna go and do the rest of these quests. That's up to her. Shouldn't have to tell somebody if they can join or not. That's all up to them. So we're going to do the side quest and the main quest at the same time. Uh-oh, that one glitched out. That's not good. Shoot what this stun gun does. Oh, he didn't hit the ground like he was supposed to. Oh crap, I guess that's not gonna happen. It's supposed to actually drop him on the ground. I think my lobby's glitching out. Oh, I have to go and... Bam. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and talk to him up there so we can open them both since we gotta use the same computer. Honestly, in real life, if he would have talked to me like that and I had a gun on me, I'd shoot him in his face and move on with my day. Be honest with you. Open both of them. And now we gotta go get some drugs. And you can tell from the side quest it is acid apparently, so just gonna come in here. And this is the nasty part. Put our hands in some poop. And now let's get up here. Turn off this alarm while we're at it. There we go. There we go. The Green Mile. Like, I don't know what's the point in calling it the Green Mile, considering, you know, there's nothing green about the place, you know what I'm saying? But, you know. Like, if I had to name the side quest, I'd be like, save the douchebag, or something like that. Save the asshole, something like that, I don't know. Come on. Walk. 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 Ooh. 1 second here. My hand feels like there's like 1,000 needles in it at the moment. 1 second. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, there is an ID card here, by the way. There we go. can't do that side quest yet. So there are only like 3 side quests altogether, and that's it. If you include bringing that guy back in the side quest he gives you, there's like 4 altogether. Or, wrong way. If you played the Rider White campaign, this is the guy that betrays everybody in Rider White. This is Sharon, the guy who's a notorious hacker. Better safe than sorry. There is an ID card in there on the table or the desk where that guy was at, by the way, as well. So like with him being like a notorious hacker, he should have got that door open like one time, but you know, not everyone can be perfect 100% of the time, I guess. So there's an ID card in here, over here. I already grabbed it. I didn't know who that pointed to. There we go. I'm going to tell you a little secret real quick that it doesn't show you in the Rider White campaign. Before you come and hack this door, Rider White actually comes in here, and if you notice, a lot of the stuff's gone. This was filled with guns. This was filled with guns, and so was this. He left the batons, and he took all the rest of the ammo that was here as well, and he just left that box. That's basically just so that you would, you know, basically not give the prisoners the weapons, basically. So he just gave you one little box of ammo. Like, I think there's like, if I remember right, Rider White said something about there being like altogether like 500 bullets or something like that, and like 2 or 3 guns, something like that in the box, and that's it. He's all shitty about it. There we go. And we got to get this guy some Vaseline. Nah, I'm kidding. He don't need Vaseline. It's a funny joke, but no, he doesn't need that. He needs Thorazine is what it is. And we'll go ahead and get that for him. If you don't get his Thorazine, he'll give everybody herpes, basically. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but... Uh-oh. Did I go the wrong way? Oh, I have to go up. There we go. Wait, no, that's not Thorazine. What is that for herpes? Ain't that like Valtrex? Oh. She has that something. Oh well. There is an ID card right here. Thorazine. I don't even know what that's actually for. Like, I'll look that up, and when I do a video for the next game that I plan to start, I'll let you guys know what that's actually for, because I'm not sure. I think it's like for a stomach virus or something like that. One second here. There we go. But in real life, Kuru in the game is not curable. It is not curable. It's a neurological disease that has the ability to mutate. Unlike most of your different, viruses and diseases you can get, they mutate at a slow rate. The Kuru in real life hasn't been seen since the 1950s and the 1960s. It's basically eating the dead, eating the brains of the dead. And its ability to mutate is actually quite insane. Unlike most, diseases and viruses, it takes a while of it being exposed to it to mutate. With Kuru, it can actually mutate within a couple days, depending on what you have. But if you don't have anything, you're perfectly healthy, it could take it, 10 to 20 years before it really starts to affect you. It's really crazy. I had to look it up. I did a little bit of research on it. But it can actually mutate really easy. There we go. But if you guys don't believe me, you guys can look it up. It is really crazy, because I didn't believe it was a real disease, but I had to look it up just to make sure. And I guess with how the disease is, since it affects the brain, it can actually mutate from coming in contact with brain tumors and stuff like that. It can make it mutate. But it doesn't mutate nothing like in the game or nothing like that. It don't mutate like that or nothing. It doesn't make you eat people. I mean, it does, deteriorate the brain. And it can make you violent, stuff like that. And it is transmittable. But as to the fact of making you look like that, no, it's not going to do that to you. It won't make you look like that, but they don't give you like no superpowers or nothing. It actually makes it, harder to eat. Well, not really harder to eat, just harder to swallow. So basically, the person will bite a chunk out of you and not be able to swallow it, basically. So it'd be pretty much pointless. They'll die of starvation. And not only that, but as it deteriorates you, it can make it to where your muscles start locking up and stuff like that. Your brain can't send signals the right way like it's supposed to, and it can actually paralyze you after a few years of it actually affecting you. It can actually paralyze you. But before it does any of that, your brain deteriorates enough that you're basically like a wild dog. Not to sound rude or anything, but you're basically like a wild dog. Good news is we haven't had that problem since the 1950s and the 1960s, so luckily you won't have to deal with that. But everybody knows that the government hides all diseases and viruses and stuff like that in their military bases, so that is probably one of the diseases that are in a military base. So think of everything that they have in them, and what happens if they give someone Kuru and start mixing other viruses with it, which could end up making your zombie apocalypse. What would be really messed up is if they mix Kuru with rabies and then turned around and ended up mixing it with a flesh-eating virus. Then you got a full-blown zombie apocalypse, but not only, you know, is it very infectious because of both of the diseases that they mix it with, but instead of it being able to lock up your muscles and everything, it would make you 10 times more violent, and you would die within a couple weeks of having it because of the rabies. I think the longest person to ever survive with rabies without medicine was, I do believe, 3.5 weeks was the max. So it wouldn't last very long, but if you think about it, let's say, you know, the first person gets infected, you know, he survives a week, he bites somebody, that one's going to survive a week, and it just keeps going down the line. So it wouldn't really have to make them live for a long time or anything like that, considering, you know, how many people there are in the world. So take 9 billion people and times that by 7, and you got you know, a lifetime of disease. That's just, you know, a little bit of science with a little bit of nerdiness in there, I guess. Basically what I'm saying is our government could start a war, a virus war, or whatever they want to call it, bioweapon war, whatever, and kill the whole world off if they actually felt like it. So but the thing that they forget to mention, you know, in like a lot of zombie shows and in a lot of zombie games, you wouldn't be able to drink the water if, like, let's take The Walking Dead for instance. You remember the zombie was in their water supply and they were still, if you notice, they were boiling it and still kind of drinking it. Thing about that, with the virus like Kuru or like rabies, AIDS, anything like that, even if you boil the water, it would still be in the water, so you wouldn't be able to drink it at all. So if major lakes, oceans, stuff like that get infected with it, then you got to worry about your animals getting infected with it, so you won't be able to be on a boat. You know, something like Jaws is going to happen, but 10 times worse if you're in the ocean. You're going to have to take care of dogs, cats, you know, bears, everything that ends up getting the disease, which if it gets in a major lake, think all the animals that drink out of it. Worst part would be like Yellowstone Park. If one of the major lakes there got infected, or one of the rivers or streams, well, we're pretty much screwed. I'm just going to say it honestly. But, you know, That's just a little bit of theories of, stuff that could happen, considering the government plays around with bioweapons way more than they actually need to. They could make a very big mistake or get screwed over by one of their own scientists. It's like, you know what, I hate everybody, I'm gonna kill everyone. So it's kind of crazy when you think about it. I forgot I gotta talk to her. I was just gonna run by her and go straight into the elevator. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, there's a lot of other, viruses and diseases out there that could start the zombie apocalypse. I mean, there's a lot more, but the main ones would be those. But I'll let you guys do your own research on that. So, yeah. Anyways, we're basically to the final boss. So we're just gonna run through this here. I'm not gonna kill everything or nothing. I'm just gonna run through here. There is ID cards, recordings, and stuff like that all through this place, so that would have to be something that you guys actually look around for. Since I've grabbed all of them, I can't show you where they are, so that's why I'm just running through here. Oh, nope. So we're just gonna run right by them. I ain't even gonna worry about them. Oh, are you kidding me? That did not work as I planned it. So now we gotta wait to respawn real quick. There we go. Yeah, there was a big part skipped right there when it teleported me. Oh, no, now I went the wrong way. Crap. That was not cool. I guess it teleported me farther back than I expected. Oh well. As long as you make sure, that you shut every door behind you, you should be alright. There we go. There's like 5 ID cards, like 2 or 3 recordings, and a few other things in here, by the way. There we go. The world went away. Wow, that recoil is terrible. There we go. So we gotta kill Ryder White. You guys wanna do it with a stun gun? Oh. Kill him with a stun gun? Nah, it'd take way too long. I'm just kidding. Don't get me wrong, it'd be pretty cool, but it would take way too long. Damn it, Ryder. Stop shooting me up there. It's bullshit. There we go. I'm not sure what to kill him with, but some grenades. There's a chest here. There is like a spot with a bunch of med kits in here, which I'll show you guys that in a second. There we go. Like there's a bunch of health stuff in here. You go in here. There's a bunch of medium med kits. There's like 4 in here. There's even a repair table if you need it. There we go. And now let's go kill Ryder White. Well, let's kill him with a pistol. How about that? So we're gonna skip this cutscene because the cutscenes are pretty cool, but I've seen them a bunch of times. Ooh, he almost knocked me off the edge of the map. Now let's kill him the right way, shall we? That's right. Just like that. Then teabag. Now we have beaten the game. If you haven't done the Ryder White campaign, you don't understand why that happened. That Kevin dude, which his real name's Sharon, he actually had laboratory, instead of making antidote, they made a mutated form that could actually infect the 4 survivors, and he was actually going to use it on them 4 and Yerma when they were in the elevator, but Ryder White got to him before he did. He was going to do what Ryder White did with his wife to the main 4 characters, but he already knew that the Yerma was the start of the disease. She's the one that started giving it to everybody because she was sleeping with everybody, so basically she was a hoe. And that's why, you know, he puts them in 4 in the back and puts her in the front, because if they die, you know, if they get exploded, you know, she has a higher chance of surviving. Because since she's the original strain, he could make a mutated form that would be able to infect anybody. But I hope you guys like the video. There's Jen. After all the shit she's been through, she dies. Sad. Like, you do all those missions and everything and nobody survives, so it's like really pointless. But I hope you guys liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe.